Is homemade GLP-1 safe? Most people don't know this, but there's a way to make your own GLP-1 at home. Yes, GLP-1, the same stuff that's in Ozempic, Mounjaro, Zepbound, and Wegovy. And if you want to see how, then please pay close attention. Something most people don't know is that your body is capable of making its own GLP-1. In fact, most naturally skinny people make their own GLP-1. It's like they had Ozempic before Ozempic. But the thing is, some people make more than others. That's why some people naturally stay thin no matter what they eat, while others pack on the pounds no matter what they do. And no, it's not fair, but the good news is there's a way to level the playing field that doesn't involve medications. See, it turns out that whether you're fat or thin is not based on genetics, willpower, or even what you eat. So how do we know this? Well, if you've never heard of a metabolic ward, it's a lab where researchers study metabolism. But here's the crazy part. It's a lab you live in, and it's made for studying why people gain weight. While you're there, researchers control exactly how much you eat, how much you drink, and how much exercise you get. And they found that the real culprit behind stubborn belly fat is something called an obesogen. Obesogens are basically chemicals that make you fat. These include things like pesticides in food, medications, and even the dust in your house. I know, that's crazy, right? Obesogens are also in water bottles, nonstick cookware, clothing, seafood, animal feed, which means most meats have them. And they're also naturally found in plants, and even the ones that haven't been sprayed with pesticides. And the reason these obesogens are so bad is because they lower the number of calories you can burn each day. On top of that, they also rewire your body to crave more food, store more fat, and gain more weight. So what the can you do about it, right? Well, you could try living in a bubble, only eating organic food, which still contains traces of pesticides, and buying reverse osmosis filters for all of your tap water. But even then, I hope you don't wash your hair with shampoo, use beauty products, take medications, cook in non-stick pans, or use any kind of plastic. Oh, and definitely no junk food. So anything with additives like preservatives, artificial sweeteners, or emulsifiers is a no-go. And no, emulsifiers basically means no chocolate, ice cream, peanut butter. Basically, you'll have to give up sweets forever. Now, look, that might be fine for someone out there, but to me, that's no way to live. Fortunately, there's a much better solution. Instead of avoiding obesogens, what if there was a way to shield yourself from them without living in a bubble or giving up all your favorite foods? Well, actually, there's an easy way to do it. Now, most people know your liver removes toxins from your body, but what they don't know is that when the liver is overloaded with toxin, it starts shutting down. That's because when your liver can't filter toxins fast enough, it starts packing them into your fat cells the same way we bury nuclear waste in concrete to help keep it from causing problems. But when this happens, some of the fat gets stuck in your liver, which clogs up its ability to burn fat. And because your liver is your body's main fat-burning organ, you do not want it slowing down. Because when your liver is overworked, it stores fat. Some of that fat gets stuck in your liver, which makes it harder to burn fat. And because it's harder to burn fat, your liver is more likely to get overwhelmed and start storing more fat. So the more fat you store, the harder it is to lose and the easier it is to gain. This vicious cycle is also why so many people assume that weight gain is unavoidable as you get older. In reality, your age only plays a small role. According to Duke University and Harvard Health, your metabolism only starts slowing down when you turn 60. And even then, it only slows down less than 1% each year. So it's clearly not age that's making people fat. It's actually a declining liver that's had to deal with a lifetime of toxins and obesogens. Even the dreaded menobelly isn't just menopause. That's because menopause causes a drop in a woman's estrogen levels. That sudden drop forces the liver to slow down, which grinds your metabolism to a screeching halt. And if you need proof, menopause increases a woman's risk of developing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a telltale sign of liver damage. So the obvious thing to do would be to clean out and strengthen your liver, right? Well, unfortunately, it's not that simple. Most people try things like liver detoxes, and they usually involve things like detox teas, lemon juice, and olive oil. The problem is, none of those detoxes address the main source of why your liver needs a detox in the first place. Plus, most detox teas contain pesticides. In fact, a popular brand of organic tea recently issued a massive recall because of an unacceptable level of pesticides. And if you remember what I was saying earlier, pesticides are obesogens. So instead of detoxing, you're actually putting even more strain on your liver. But what about lemon water and olive oil? The problem with lemons is that they actually contain obesogen thanks to modern day farming practices, and it's not just in America. In Europe, 95% of all citrus samples had pesticides. So again, lemons can help detoxify your liver, but any benefits are undone when lemons have obesogens in them. And even if you wash your lemons with baking soda and vinegar, you can't get all of the pesticides out. And when it comes to olive oil, the real problem is that most olive oils in America are cut with cheaper oils like canola. And even if it's not on the label, up to 80% of olive oils sold in the US are mislabeled or fake, and 69% of imported olive oils fail to qualify as extra virgin. In fact, if your olive oil comes in a clear bottle, it's rancid at best and another oil completely at worst. Not to mention, anything that's not cold pressed may have been exposed to temperatures of 350 degrees or higher, which means your olive oil contains trans fats. That's because when olive oil is heated past its smoke point, some of the fats become trans fats, which directly attack the liver and can lead to liver disease and a sluggish metabolism. And no, those trans fats wouldn't be on the label. So I don't think those nasty social media detoxes are worth the risk, but that's just me. But if all those so-called detoxes just flood your liver with more toxins, then what are we supposed to do? Well, it turns out that bacteria in your gut can actually help detox your liver. According to Dr. Gina Sam, certain gut bacteria basically shield your body from obesogens, which give your liver time to recuperate and clean itself out. The problem is that unless you eat very specific foods and basically remodel your gut, these beneficial bacteria that keep obesogens out of your system won't survive. So it doesn't matter how many probiotics you take, how much yogurt you eat, or how much fiber you choke down, unless you know which specific foods you need to eat and which ones you need to avoid. These bacteria that filter obesogens out of your body will die. But because they're just so beneficial to your gut and metabolic health, Dr. Sam decided to share something she calls the 7-second liver reset. I'm including the link to her video below. In that video, she'll show you how to strengthen your gut and detox your liver in just 7 seconds a day. And as New York City's top gut doctor, I think she's far more qualified to talk about it than I am. So just tap the button below and watch her short video where she gives you the 7-second liver reset. That way you can start remodeling your gut and kicking those nasty obesogens to the curb as soon as tonight. And without all those obesogens clogging up your liver, your metabolism gets faster and faster until you end up being that skinny friend that eats cake, donuts, and ice cream without a care in the world. The only catch is that I don't know if Dr. Sam will leave this video up for long. The powers that be would prefer that you not know about any of this, so it could get taken down at any time. So tap the button below to see Dr. Gina Sam's 7-second liver reset now.